Friday, body language analysis, and today we're going to be doing social repose. His name came up in the comments a few times. Now there's a few things just to say before we start. First of all, thank you for all the views, all the subscriptions. It's amazing to have you on the journey with me. I was awestruck by the response to the Zoella video. There's been loads of comments, loads of questions, and a question and answer video will come in the near future. Obviously it won't be very popular, but might as well get that done. And before we go into talking about social repose, is that his name? I'll do the usual who, how, why, and what we're looking for. So this is a guy called Social Repose. How do I know him? Well, I don't. I've just been requested to have a look at this video through a comment. So I don't have any knowledge of him. I don't know his name. I did a quick Google, so I know that he does music and he uses YouTube as a marketing tool to promote his music. Why are we doing this? Because of a request from a comment. And what we're looking for, I don't really know. I really wanted to do this as a cold read, so that I wasn't biased by any information at all. I just took it totally on the body language from this particular video. But I looked into it quickly and I can see this is a bigger, more sprawling issue. So I think this is going to have to be some kind of video series rather than just a one-off. I think we're going to need to look at the video he's responding to and a few more things. So apologies if we don't get too deep into the whole subject today, but this might just be the start of a series. Tell me what you think in the comments. And another important point is that body language is building up a story. You can pick out different elements of the story on different readings, but I feel if we make it into a series, then we can cover more aspects, more facets of this story in more detail. So let's get started with social repose.
Yeah, I am.
This is weird, isn't it? Just to start with, what I find so weird about this is that if you're a YouTuber, a regular YouTuber, then you know how to edit, you know how to record and talk on camera. He's probably planned this video, so why the long pause at the start? Why that silence? And this is where I'm going to go off on a bit of a ramble now and not really get to any of the point of this video, but again, remember, series. We can get to all the juice. We can get to all the juicy bits in time. But let's just start with this. Taking that pause before the video is for dramatic effect. Here's a guy who knows how to manipulate an audience. He thinks, look, there's a cheeky little smile there. He thinks what he's done is just worked on you. It's been a little bit of a trick. Grab your attention. Why the pause? What's he about to say? Mystery. So he's working it from the moment he switches on the camera. He's working it. Another thing that I notice here that I find really strange is that he appears to be in some kind of hotel room. The bag on the bed is probably his camera bag. The bed's dishevelled, so either he's just got up in the morning. Yeah, I think with the brightness of the light, maybe that's sunlight, he's just got up in the morning. He's got his camera bag out. So maybe he slept on this and thought about what he's about to say. The next thing I notice is that he's wearing some kind of neck. Is that a roll neck? Do people still wear roll necks? What is that? And he's got his hoodie on. So he's covered up and protected, especially around the neck area, which in body language terms is a focus for vulnerability. There's a lot of body language associated with the neck. And to cover it up in this way seems to be a very guarded start posture. Maybe he feels vulnerable. And this is a danger in cold reading someone, I'd just like to point out here. I am aware this guy is the bad guy in the situation. As I said, I did a quick Google, and I'm aware that he's responding to a video from his ex. I think he's the bad guy in this situation, and I don't have any understanding of the situation. So I've got to be careful here not to try and defend somebody or attack somebody, but to be as objective as I can. But it's worth noting that whatever side of a debate you're on, we're all human, and everyone can feel vulnerable, even if they're a bully. In fact, bullies bully because they feel vulnerable. It's a complex thing. So here's somebody who is out of their comfort zone, wrapped up against the outside world, feeling vulnerable. The next thing that's really important here that I notice immediately is his very pale skin. Now that could just be pale skin. Maybe he avoids the sunlight. Maybe that's a look he's going for, pale and interesting. But it's a bit abnormal. It's accentuated by what's clearly makeup around his eyes. So maybe he's wearing pale makeup on his skin. It's something he wants to put across. It's something he wants to show the world, this shell. Gothic shell, and the dyed hair. Now, I know a bit about hair, and bleaching your hair till it's that blonde is quite a process. It can be painful. It certainly leaves the hair feeling brittle and out of condition. So what drives this man to bleach his hair to be that blonde? It's an aggressive move. It's an outward aggressive move. But it's also an inwardly aggressive move. He's obviously not happy with who he is, his true self. He wants to bleach it out of existence and show the world a dramatic, aggressive persona. I always worry about people who do this sort of thing to themselves. I know there's a lot of image and fashion surrounding it, but deep down, what drives somebody to dramatically change their outer appearance in such a way, to disfigure themselves? And the blonde doesn't suit his eyes, it doesn't make his skin tone look any better. In fact, it does the opposite. It makes him look more pale, more drained. I think here's somebody who romanticizes the druggy rock star, who romanticizes the self-destructive, who maybe in himself doesn't feel that confident and wants to show the world that he can be self-destructive, chaotic, and maybe the world might fear him a little. And that would help with his insecurities if people feared him, because he certainly fears people. So you see what I mean? Just by looking at his hair and the surroundings, we're starting to build a picture, a story about a person. And I might be wrong, he might just like blonde hair. It might just be a one-off, I don't know him. But I think this is a person who tries to express himself to the world through things like fashion, hairstyle. He's a musician, and you'd think that his music would be his best method of expression. But like everyone in the modern world, he's grown up in an environment where image is more important than output in many ways. And probably the artists, the musicians he admires, are very heavily image-based. I wouldn't be surprised if his whole music career is confused and intertwined with image, if he believes that the image is as important as the music. And it wouldn't surprise me if his music is not that good, but if his image and control of that image is pushing toward a Marilyn Manson style standard of extreme. That wouldn't surprise me. But like I said, I don't know the guy. I've looked at this video, read the wiki, and seen that his girlfriend is upset, his ex-girlfriend. So really this video is just a quick chapter 1 to introduce the topic and analyse that surface level. Here is an egoist, a narcissist who feels vulnerable, potentially a bully, somebody who consistently feels aggressive and vulnerable at the same time, who puts on armour and creates a physically outward appearance of chaotic aggression. It's not a true self-loathing like the rock stars he idolises. It's not coming from a truly disturbed psyche. It's like a badge he's wearing, a mask he's created. So we'll start looking at the things that he actually says in the second video in the series. If you like the content, click like and subscribe. Leave comments. I won't reply to any of them.